Good morning, and thank you everyone for being here. I am Marlette Ele, and I am the Communication Manager at David Wilson Trust. I oversee both internal and external communication and public relations. Today's press conference is about allegations of financial crises and management misdeeds, which I will address in as much detail as I can. David Wilson Trust is a charitable organization dedicated to supporting children living with cancer and their families. We provide services to these cancer warriors, which include play therapy, family counseling, extensive holiday programs, and bereavement support. We believe that children and their families should not have to suffer a diminished quality of life because of cancer. David Wilson Trust was founded by Hugh Wilson in 2010 after his son David passed away from cancer. To honor David's life, Hugh established this organization intending to provide support to children and families battling this dreadful disease. David Wilson Trust primarily operates on individual donations and, in some instances, donations from corporations, and over time, it has acquired properties in Victoria, Galiano Island, Ucluelet, Tofino, Florida, and California. These properties are used for our holiday programs to let families get away and rest from the stress of hospitalizations and cancer treatments. Now, in the last quarter of 2019, the board of the trust, under the leadership of Hugh Wilson, acquired the services of Project Fundraising in its desire to expand its activities. Since November 2019, Project Fundraising has been collecting donations on behalf of David Wilson Trust through collecting money from the streets of towns and cities across BC and through running telephone campaigns for existing donors. During the annual audit for the end of the financial year, April 2020, it has come to our attention that the money collected by Project Fundraising has not been handed over to David Wilson Trust. The amount in question is over $600,000. Our legal team has been in contact with Project Fundraising, trying to recover this amount since May 2020, but to no avail. We have halted the collections via direct debit in June 2020 and have informed our donors that Project Fundraising no longer represent David Wilson Trust for any type of donation campaigns. Due to the global pandemic and public health measures that were in place, we were only able to resume the direct debit and other virtual donation campaigns towards the end of 2020. On February 3rd, 2021, then Executive Director Hugh Wilson traveled to Florida to finalize the purchase of a new property for the trust, as we were under the impression that we will still be able to recover the funds from Project Fundraising. However, during the meeting between David Wilson Trust's board members, including Hugh Wilson, and Project Fundraising owner James Watt on February 5th, it emerged that Hugh Wilson and James Watt are related. They are cousins, and this information has not been disclosed to us until this board meeting. Hugh Wilson then resigned from his position as executive director during this meeting, and we have not been able to get any response from him since then. And on February 7th, we were informed that Project Fundraising has filed for bankruptcy, which meant that we will not be able to get the $600,000 from them. Moreover, in the past couple of days, allegations of Hugh Wilson misusing the trust's property surfaced, and it is with a heavy heart that we confirm these allegations are true. The property in Florida has been used by Hugh Wilson's family members for last year's summer vacation. Although no family was scheduled to stay in that villa during that time, the trust's property should never be used for personal reasons. We have tried to reach out to Hugh Wilson, but he has not responded to any of our communication attempts. We have no updates on his whereabouts, and our legal team is still reviewing this aspect of the issue to determine what legal actions we can take. But I would like to emphasize that Hugh Wilson's action do not reflect the values of our organization. David Wilson Trust has been deeply saddened by these series of events because it goes against what our organization believes in: trust, honesty, accountability, and compassion. We sincerely apologize to our donors, supporters, employees, and most especially the children living with cancer and their families for what has happened. Before engaging with any third-party organization, we should have done a more stringent background check to determine if they are credible and trustworthy and to make sure that there are no conflicts of interest. Moving forward, David Wilson Trust will follow a new protocol in engaging with third-party organizations for its fundraising campaigns should we require the services of any. This protocol would allow us to obtain thorough information about a company so we can make better informed decisions. We also have changed our procedure in terms of direct debit donations. Despite having third-party organizations to head our commercial fundraisers, the direct debit amount will go directly to the account of David Wilson Trust. Cash donations will have to be accounted for and handed over to Trust's accounting and finance unit bi-weekly, and these measures are to ensure that all donations are accounted for. Because of the loss of over $600,000, we have decided to cancel the purchase of the new property in Florida, which we were trying to acquire since last month. And because we have halted the direct debit donations for 5 months last year, we have to raise money to make sure that our services this year would not be affected. The board members of the trust have decided to sell 2 of our properties in Ucluelet valued at $3,225,000. This amount plus the ongoing donations would be able to cover the scheduled activities we have for this year. It will also cover the administration expenses of the trust, which means our employees will stay employed. Before I take in any questions, I would like to take this opportunity to thank our donors who continue to believe in what we do and why we do it. Hugh Wilson started this charity to honor his son's life, and despite all that has happened, we still believe in what David Wilson Trust stands for. Our priority is making sure that we will still be able to continue to offer our services to cancer warriors, and we will do everything we can to ensure that. Now I can take in your questions.
Nellie here from Vancouver Sun. Is it true that Hugh Wilson and James Watt took the $600,000 and are in hiding?
We have not been able to get any response from Hugh Wilson, and we do not know of his whereabouts. Whether this is true or not, our legal team is reviewing this case and will take legal actions as the situation calls for.
Clement from CTV News, who has taken over the executive director position now that Hugh Wilson is out of the picture?
Well, after Hugh's resignation, one of our board members, Brooke Davis, has taken over as the executive director of David Wilson Trust. She is a passionate childhood cancer research advocate and is a litigator based in Victoria. She has been leading the trust ever since this issue started.
Arnell here from Victoria News. We have seen online that social media influencer Holly It's About Me has been at a party in Tofino preaching COVID-19 safety protocols imposed by the government. The location was at your property in Tofino. How did this happen and why was she staying at your property?
Well, we are aware of such social media posts, but I would like to clarify that Holly It's About Me did not stay at our property in Tofino or anywhere else for that matter. Just to be clear, that property is a condominium and the trust's unit is a few doors away from where the party was held. We have contacted the family staying in our unit during that time to make sure that they were not affected by the noise from the party. And we also brought it up to the condominium management, and we were informed that they are investigating the matter and assured us that it will not happen again. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you everyone for being here. If you have further questions, please feel free to reach out to me directly. My contact information is in the media kit that we have sent out. So thank you all once again. Stay safe and have a good day.